Good afternoon, early evening, never sure which one it is, fellow sufferers, fellow pessimists, and of course, Wolves fans. Welcome to the pre-show build-up. I've contacted my in-the-know friend. Actually, I've got no in-the-know friends, quite frankly, so I don't know. You probably know more about the lineup than I do. So I'm waiting for it to come through. I'm refreshing my page. Charlie is going to also text me whenever the lineups are through, although I've just had a little look at the chat. And Farmer Chris he's had some inside knowledge, apparently. He's had a bit of info. He doesn't like the lineup. So we'll wait and see what happens. How are we feeling today anyway? Are we feeling any more confident at all? I'm just looking at the, just refreshing the page here. My what? Leicester have beaten Man City. You probably all know this. We got to play them next week. Is that a result? Is that in? Oh, it ain't looking very good, is it? You might as well pack up and go home now, quite frankly. I was going to say, how are we feeling? We feeling a bit more positive, a bit more upbeat. But, I'm nervous now. Not that really Leicester's result against Man City should particularly impact my mood or your mood. I don't know. Farmer Chris says he's just going by X on Twitter, who has obviously, given a little snippet of some of the news, I'd imagine. But I don't know. I do not know anything. It's 72nd minute on Leicester. Thank you very much for all those that have notified me of that in the chat. The lineup is out, folks. The lineup is out. Okay, here we go. If you hear my phone beep in a second, it's just Charlie messaging me the lineup. Fabianski in goal. Fredericks. I think we're looking at three at the back, by the way. Fredericks at a right wing back. Fabian Balbuena drafted in, of course, to replace the lurgified and plagued Issa Diop. The ever ready, ever steady Angelo Ogbonna is playing, I guess, as the central centre half. And Aaron Cresswell again at centre back. Why do I know this? Well, Masuaku's playing. So that looks to be the case. So we've got Masuaku as a left wing back. We've got a back three. Aside from that, the team is the same. For those of you who can't be bothered to remember what happened in the last league game, we've got Declan Rice and Thomas Souček in the middle. Then we have got Paulo Fornals and Bowen straddling. I say straddling because I don't mean the full wing. They're not on the full wing. Antonio in the middle. I thought we played well. This team played well against Arsenal. So clearly those who played well against Arsenal are being rewarded here, even though we lost the game. It was my thought that somebody needed to be rewarded for a good... thanks, Charlie. That somebody needed to be rewarded for a really good performance against... Again, who did we play in the cup? Not Charlton. Help me out here. Who did we just play in Hull City? Of course. Beg your pardon. But they haven't been. So the substitutes bench are Darren Randolph, Ben Johnson. Mark Noble has found his way back in. Not into the team. It's the substitutes bench. Manuel Lanzini, Felipe Anderson, Yarmolenko, and Sebastian Haller. I guess there are no massive surprises on that one. What is interesting is I heard that Elise and Harrison Ashby had both missed the under-23s game. So maybe they were due for inclusion. Look, the night is young. When we did our show in the build-up to the whole game, myself and Gio read out the lineups. And then 20 minutes later, everybody was decimated by coronavirus and we lost two of the players and the manager. I'm not expecting that to happen here, but we didn't think it'd happen in the previous game. So there we go. I think mixed feelings about this one in particular. As I say, my choice would have been I would have taken Fornals out and put Lanzini in or something like that, or put Sebastian Haller in and moved Antonio to the left wing, as it were, just to give someone a reward. So as you can say to these players, look, playing well in the cup has some advantage. You have some credit in the bank for doing something good in the cup games, but I don't know. What is going to be really interesting for this game, as I've mentioned in a couple of numerous videos now, is it obviously takes Moyes quite a while to do his substitutes anyway. What's it going to be like with a couple of yoga pots and a piece of string between him and Alan Irvine? There'll be many people who are probably too young to even understand what that reference is. What I'm saying is, if it takes long enough when he's on the touchline, what about when they're using laptops and telephones and all these all these technological things. I don't know. I guess they have a preset plan in place. I think really the key for this game here is to not concede early. Obviously, same every game, and score early. Bit cliched and a bit obvious, but if we concede, the game plan goes out the window, doesn't it? Really, because they're going to be on us. They're going to be a very, very good team. They're going to be very well organised. They're going to be playing in the image of their coach and with the style that their coach certainly likes them to play, which is going to make it difficult for us. They're going to attack us quite a lot, I think. So we need to keep resolute. We need to keep very, very tight at the back, and just an early goal is going to really kill the momentum. That being said, I think I predicted us to get a loss. I've not really been looking forward to this game all day, but now we're here. I think I'm more nervous than I was before the Arsenal game. However, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that we can win this, as crazy as it sounds. And you sort of look at the Premier League, and I know Sheffield United lost today, but I think, you look at Leicester, you look at Leicester's result or latest or whatever it was there. You look at Newcastle again doing well against Tottenham, and it's hard, and West Brom as well, scoring 3 goals against Chelsea, and it's hard not to think that maybe we're being left a little bit behind. Look, Brighton lost, but they put in a good showing against Man United. Crystal Palace lost, but they've already won 2 games. They put in a good showing against Everton. Everton looked to be a really good team under Ancelotti, and all the money that they've spent, obviously. People say Chelsea are in a precarious position. Crikey, I wish West Ham were in Chelsea's precarious position, quite frankly. I just feel like we're getting a little bit left behind. So we need something from today. Doesn't necessarily need to be 3 points, although 3 points would be glorious and would be lovely. But I think we need a point. We really do. What we don't need is another good performance and then a loss, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying I want a thrashing and a loss, a terrible performance and loss. Hey ho, there you go. Well, let's have a little look over to the chat. Let's see what everybody is thinking about this. It's 4-1 to Leicester, says Irish Tommy. A screamer from Maddison. There we go. Look, Clayton says, and Moyes didn't fancy bringing Maddison to us. We'll never know. Let's be perfectly honest, Clayton. Even if Maddison had have come to us, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Moyes wouldn't even play him anyway. I'm just saying. Or if he was, he might have been playing out of position. Harley the Salami says only Fulham look worse than us so far in the Premier League. Absolutely, I wouldn't disagree with that, and that's something we need to look to address. Certainly, I can see there's people joining all the time. I'm just going to read the team out once again. We're playing 3 at the back or 5 at the back, whichever way you want to describe it. Fabianski in goal. Fredericks right wing back. Balbuena as centre back, replacing Diop. Ogbonna, Cresswell also at centre back. So those 3 at centre half, and Masuaku at left wing back. We've got Rice and Souček sort of trying to hold tight in the middle. Then we've got Paulo Fornals just slightly deeper and either side of Mikel Antonio, who's playing up front on his own as a striker. Not a completely unexpected lineup. I think the trick for Alan Irvine or Kevin Nolan or the coaching team is probably to keep people like Lanzini, Anderson, Yarmolenko and Haller motivated. I think if you're on the bench in this game, you want to feel that you're going to get on at some point. I would imagine it's completely demotivating to sit on that bench just thinking you might get on at 80 minutes if you're lucky. I don't think Mark Noble, who's on the bench, by the way, if you're just joining us late and you don't know the teams, I don't think he needs motivating at all. I think he'll come on and he'll play well whenever he's asked to do. He'll just come in and put in a shift. I am starting to worry a little bit now about people's heads dropping. I think they need the incentive. They need the faith shown in them by the manager and by the coaching staff. I think it must be probably be completely demoralising to sit down today, watch us concede an early goal, not look like we're getting into the game for 70 minutes, and then still not look like they're likely to get on the pitch. Anyway, that's me being pessimistic. It's hard though, right? I think it's actually quite hard to be optimistic about all this, but we can beat them. We can beat them. The showing against Arsenal was good. We were really good against them. And there have been some sort of topsy-turvy results in the Premier League so far this weekend and in the weeks gone by. So what are we thinking? Irish Tommy, he says it's hard to see us matching Wolves. They have better players and a better manager. Our players need to approach this like a cup final and put absolutely everything into it. Charlie George Woodgate says, what's the point in Haller scoring 2 in the cup if he's never going to get a start? I'd agree, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. We need to keep players motivated. He's already got 2 examples of him scoring a brace and not getting in the team. We've got to be really, really careful about this. I guess the one carrot that they can throw to players is by saying, look, you've got a game. You're all featuring against Everton on Wednesday. But, well, unless we keep getting through round after round after round, the dangling of that carrot is going to disappear, quite frankly. Liam says, do you think this will be Rice's last game for us? Liam, we have covered that extensively. There'll be more to go on that, but I don't really particularly want to get into it just in the build-up to a match. He's playing. All of us says we need a good performance from Declan Rice. John Clough said, as much as like Antonio, he's not a striker. What does Haller have to do to start? I think even hat-tricks, John, wouldn't have got him to start in this. James said, we can't beat teams like Wolves. They'll dominate the midfield completely, nullify our attack, and probably score from a set piece like normal. 3-0 Wolves. Look, I understand people's pessimism for this game. I really do, and I'm struggling myself. But I will try and play devil's advocate here because everyone does seem to be approaching this game with a bit of trepidation. We were good against Wolves. I hope. We were good against Arsenal. It didn't quite fall in our favour. We have been good last season. James just mentioned that Wolves may well score from a set piece. Well, you know what? We can also score from a set piece. Let's hope we do. I don't know how much I believe what I'm saying, but I'm just trying to make the case for the defence, which I hope we have a defence today. My score prediction, Liam, is probably going to go against what I was just saying. I do think Wolves will win, by a couple of goals, maybe 2-0, something like that. But I am open to being persuaded otherwise. We have to start quickly. It's really key. And I think sometimes that's overlooked. I don't know if it's overlooked by the managers. I guess all managers say it. I would expect them to. But I think what it says to the opposition, if you go out, if you start quickly, if you win the first tackle, if you win the first header, if you have the first shot, and then as soon as you've had the first shot, you go on another attack. If you do that for 5 minutes, I think it just makes the opposition think, whoa, hold on, we've got a game on here. We've got a little bit of a game. And if you keep doing that, then you make the opposition retreat back a little bit, and you make the opposition manager have to change his tactics. Do I necessarily believe that we are capable of making an opposition manager change the tactics? I don't think we're flexible enough. I don't think we change our system enough. Now, Wolves don't particularly change their system that much, although if it's 0-0 after 70 minutes, they probably will. We probably won't. We'll probably sit tight and leave it as it is. That being said, I really do believe we have the capability to start the game fast and start the game well. There's no stadium. There's a stadium. It's just no one in it. There's no fans in the stadium to give the team a lift. So they need to give us a lift. I want to be enthused by what I see. I want them to get me off my chair. Either one will do. And get me excited about it. I really do. I'm really up for 90 minutes with me head in my hands and stuff like that. And let's be fair. Apart from Newcastle, we've seen precious little evidence either this season or the end of last season to suggest that will happen. Kevin Crawford says Goalfest 4-4. I don't know if he means our game or the Man City game, which is currently 4-2 to Leicester. Schizo Base, who's my good friend there, he came over and joined us for a game actually last season. God, seems a long time ago, doesn't it, mate? He's in Ireland himself. He said, Gonzo, please shut up. You're making too much sense to be a West Ham fan. I'm just trying to balance it up, mate. I'm just saying. It feels doom and gloom. I'm nervous. Everyone's nervous, but we do have some good players. So let's try and G ourselves. Yes, what's that geezer's name? Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, like a motivational speaker. So let's have a bit of that. Let's just remember, right? In Ogbonna, we've got a very, very good centre-back. That's about it. No, I'm joking. In Ogbonna, we've got a very good centre-back, okay? Masuaku looked much improved at left wing-back rather than as a left-back. Bowen can score. Bowen can assist. Doesn't matter what you think, whether he should play there or whether he shouldn't play there. Based on the last 10 games, Antonio is one of the form strikers around, whether you think he's a striker or not. Souček is a wonderful, wonderful goal threat. He really is. Anytime we get a corner, we're going to be a threat. Not just a corner. He can drift in and make late runs into the box. We can be a threat from that. Declan Rice, well, we don't know. I assume Declan Rice is going to play well today. Declan Rice is so good, most of us would be disappointed if we got less than 70 million for him. So we do have some good players within our team. Fredericks has arguably been man of the match in the last 2 league games. Okay, so do I think he's the answer at right back? No, not necessarily, but it doesn't look like a disaster waiting to happen all the time there, particularly at right wing back. We have some things going for us. Going into this game, Nuno Espirito Santo, is that his name? If it is, I don't know why to do it with an Italian accent. Anyway, he is going to be saying to his players, watch out for Bowen drifting in, cutting in and trying to feed off of Antonio. Watch out for Antonio. Antonio will not give the centre-halves a moment's rest. Also, the manager will be saying, watch out for Souček's late runs into the box. And it'll also be saying, do not concede corners against this team. 5-2 Leicester. Wow. Mike Manera says, my hoodie looks like a foreskin. Still? Does it still, Mike? There you go. Pull the other one, Mike. Pull the other one. Anyway, right, listen. I'm going to go. But that's not all from Hammers Chat today. No. Sounded like a Don Logan. No. Or was it yes? I can't remember now. Sexy Beast. Very good film. Anyway, I digress. Clayton says, it's the talking knob. Yes, that's me. I'm the talking knob. What am I talking about? I'm not talking. This knob's not talking any sense. Tom and Charlie are coming up right now. They're doing the live watch along. So the game's on BT. If you're not subscribed to BT or whatever you have to do to watch it, join them. They'll be watching the action for you. You don't have to watch it. You can chill out. You can close your eyes and lie back and do other things while you're listening to Tom and Charlie's lovely, lovely toned voices. They'll talk you through the games, and if we score a goal, they'll be getting very excited. If we concede one, they'll be getting very disappointed. Maybe Tom will even talk a little bit about the Formula One today whilst he's doing the build-up to the show, and they will digress, but it's a very entertaining show, and it's a nice way to enjoy the West Ham game in some company. Straight away after the game, I'll be back on this channel. Boom. Straight away. There you go. Doing the review. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully I'll be in a good mood. Hopefully we all will be. We're going to have a good laugh together. Just if you look in the live chat now, Tom or Charlie, maybe both of them, are posting links to their show, which is coming up right now. I'm going to stop talking in about 30 seconds. Keep an eye on the forum channel this evening. Becky will be up on that doing the her post-match review, which will be about 30 minutes afterwards. I'll be doing the Patreon player ratings, which will be up tomorrow morning. And then we should have lots of fan cams on this channel. We should have a reaction from Tom, should have a reaction from Charlie. Maybe Jazz is going to send us one. Maybe Mike will send us one. Maybe Tommy Boy. Bez, everybody may have something to say. There we go. That's it. Look, enjoy the game. I really do. I sincerely hope you enjoy the game. Thank you for joining me. Go and click on that link now and join Charlie and Tom. And I will catch up with you just after the final whistle.